Hello and welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, I'm Kelly and I'm an artist and I enjoy sharing my creative projects with you. Today I'm going to be working on starting a new miniature project, and I decided to actually make a miniature donut case. And this was inspired by some donuts that I made in 2024, and I enjoyed making them and I wanted to make more, but I thought it would be fun to make something to actually put them in. So I'll be creating a bakery display case, and today I'm going to be working on the bottom half of that. So I'm going to be working with some balsa wood, and we'll be cutting that up and making a nice little base for our case to sit on. So let's get into it. Okay, so today I'm starting the base of the donut case that I'm making. And so I have some balsa wood here, and then I also have these paint sticks from my fairy shelf project that I'm actually repurposing. I'm going to use, not repurposing, they were extra. So I'm going to use them for this case. So I started out by trying to figure out how long I want the case to be. And I decided to go with about 15 millimeters. Sorry, that's not right. Not 15, 150. So 15 centimeters, 150 millimeters, which is about 6 feet. And so like a real life case would be like a 6-foot case. So I feel like that's a good size down for a 1 to 12 scale. And it should fit about three of these full trays. And I also am going to do a mix of the half trays as well. So let's go ahead and cut this one first. I'm going to use a razor blade for this. And this piece of wood is a little too big for my desk, unfortunately. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. There you go. Go through there. I'll use my ruler to help me here. Well, unfortunately, my memory card filled without me realizing it. And so I no longer have most of the cutting footage of my boards here, as well as the gluing. So I had cut the base boards for the donut case that I'm building. These are going to be the side panels for it. And I used a paint stick to make these. So I cut it up and then I glued them together along the seam here, and those have dried already. I filmed all of that. Unfortunately, my memory card, like I said, filled up and I didn't realize it. So I do have to cut the end pieces that are going to go right here. And I actually ran out of paint sticks, and so I found this one in my garage and it has paint on it. So I sanded down some of the paint, and I think it's good enough because it's going to be, I'm going to paint over it anyways once I get it all put together. So I've already gone through, I did cut pieces from the original sticks, but they have these rounded edges because it was this end of the paint stick that I was cutting, and I want just better pieces than this. So I decided just to go and use this whole stick and cut 4 pieces so that I can stack them 2 high like I did here. And then we'll put them all together. So for cutting it, I just take my box cutter here. I'm going to take my metal ruler and I'm going to lay the ruler down right along the line, just kind of as a guide for me. And then I'm going to use my box cutter and I'm just going to score real gently. I'm not looking to push really deep. I'm just scoring just a little bit. And then I'm going to take that. This time, once I have it created, I'm going to push a little bit harder and score a little bit deeper. And now I'm going to score the sides so I kind of know where my line is. I'll do the top and the bottom. And then use my ruler again so I can try and keep straight lines. I'm going to connect where those little score lines are on the top and bottom and draw another line. Real gentle again, not too hard. I'm going to do that a couple times. good. That looks good. I'm going to run it a little bit deeper like I did on the front side, and then I'm going to test it and see if I can break it. And I can. So that's actually not a piece I'm going to be using, so I'm just going to put that off to the side. This is the 4 that I will be using. So we'll go ahead and start here. 1, 2, 3. And one more time a little bit deeper. Okay. And then we'll come up here, score the top. And the other side. This side didn't come through all the way, so I'm going to try that again so I can see it good. And then that way I have a reference point for my ruler to line up against. Hook it in the front. And then real gentle. 2, 3. And one more time a little bit deeper. Perfect. And we'll test it, bend it just back and forth real gently. And it broke, so we're good. And now I'm going to go through, I'm going to finish up these last 3 pieces following that same exact process. 3 gentle cuts, 1 deep one, score the top and bottom, and then do the same thing on the reverse side, then gently break. So here we go. We'll go. All those cut up. Now I'm going to go through, I'm going to sand the ends of them because they're a little jagged. So we're just going to sand those down, get them nice and even on both sides and nice and smooth. So I've gotten those 4 pieces cut up now. I'm going to go ahead and go through and glue them the same way I did these pieces along the seam to make them too high. Just like that. And then we'll go through and we'll glue our base together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there along the edge, and then I'll just press them together. Just making sure that glue is going to be covering the whole length of the seam. Alright, got those glued down. We're going to give them some time to dry, and then we'll come back and we will glue them to here. Now we're ready to go ahead and put this, attach the other side. So I put down some glue. I'm just going to smear it around a bit. I'm going to put these into place. Alright, so I got that all glued together, and it's not fully dried, but I think it's dry enough that I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the bottom board here. So I'm going to take my glue again, and then just put this on the edge. Alright, so the last part of this that I'm going to do for today is I'm going to glue the top of the display case on here. And then in the next video, I'll actually work on building the upper part of it, the see-through part, where the donuts will actually go. So let's go ahead and glue this on, and then we can wrap up today. Perfect. It's a little bit shorter on the back, but that's okay because we'll make that like the side she stands on, I think. Or actually, no, I'll use this side. I'm going to let it sit and I'm going to let it dry fully. And then in the next video, when I come back, we'll be working on adding a top part frame and the glass so you can see through it. So that's it for the base of the donut case. It turned out pretty well, I think. It's a nice little rectangle box, and I feel like it'll end up being a good size once I get the frame for the clear part that will be on the top where the donuts are so you can see them. So I'm really excited to continue on this project, and I hope that you'll subscribe and follow along so that you'll catch all the videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.